I'm having a cup of tea. Well, I'm going to boil the kettle, make a cup of tea, and then I'm going to talk to you about the MacBook Pro. So, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I've made my cup of tea. Time to talk about the new MacBook Pro. The new MacBook Pro, pretty much the same as mine, to be honest. And mine's from 2017 base model. The same package. The only real difference is it's now a quad core, so it now has an 8th generation Intel chip, whereas mine's got, I think, 7th generation. For me, not really a big issue. I don't really use my Mac all that much for anything too demanding. So the real question is the MacBook Pro any good to travel with? Okay, so the first few things that I really like about my MacBook Pro is, one, the build quality is amazing. It was really strong. I chucked it around and it's a few little nicks and stuff here and there, but overall build quality is amazing. Okay, the next thing is the peripherals. So the screen, the keyboard, the trackpad, they're all really good. So they're all top quality, and the screen is amazing. It's a Retina display, 2560 by 1600, so everything's nice and sharp and really clear. It's nice and bright, so to travel with, that's a really good thing. So even in direct sunlight you can still see what's going on, which is brilliant. Keyboard itself is the only real weak point I find of the device. The keyboard is nice and I've got used to it, but most people out there will say they preferred the old style Apple keyboard. The next thing to talk about is the ports. So people say that the MacBook Pro is not very good, it doesn't have an SD card and all that, and it's true, it doesn't have an SD card, but you can get adapters and dongles. You can live that dongle life as I have been doing, and to be fair, it's not all that bad. I bought a nice case that I can slide my dongles and my laptop all into, and it's just, you don't necessarily lose them all the time. There's not really been any issues. It's just another thing you do have to plug in. So in a laptop you're going to travel with, you need good battery life, and the MacBook Pro does have really good battery life. I've managed to get mine up to around 8 hours use time. So I was on an aeroplane on my way to, I think it was California last year when I tested it, and it was a 11-hour flight. I managed to get 7.5 hours watching films, listening to music, a little bit of Adobe Creative Suite work. So the new one will have very similar battery life, so that's always good, but the quad core in the new version will use slightly more battery power. The next thing I really like about my Mac is it's a Mac. That means my iPhone, iPads and everything will work with it brilliantly. So I've had a few issues with my Galaxy S8. The most recent one isn't really a phone issue, it's more of an app issue where Snapchat stopped working completely. So I decided to switch back to my iPhone, and since doing that I've realised all the benefits that come from the Apple ecosystem. If you're already in the ecosystem, then I would definitely recommend getting this Mac. So would I recommend you buy one to take travelling? Absolutely. And yeah, really it's just a case of, do you want a nice well-built laptop that will do everything you want it to do? If the answer is yes, then I would strongly recommend having a look into MacBook Pros if they're in your price range. They are overall pretty solid devices. Right, so that's a quick little video for you just on the new MacBook Pro. So if you like this video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be doing more videos just like this one. Other than that, it's been nice talking to you, and I'll see you all in the next one.